My good people, greetings to another beautiful moment here, surrounded by beautiful, vibrant nature. We've got the lake behind us, we've got the sun shining brightly, I've got a beautiful coconut here with me, feeling deep gratitude for life, for the tapestry, the beautiful, colorful, magical tapestry of sound and color and taste, and the whole joy of really being alive, being human, being able to feel, to experience, going through internal processes and feeling invited by life to trust and to live, learning to live, learning to be present, learning to discern the inner worlds and the outer worlds, being able to weave between them both, right? You have a magical, wonderful universe inside you that only you have access to. Each of us has that. And then we come together in this external world, right? This manifest world. And each of us brings their little piece, their pebble, to the collective, right? So everything we're seeing in the collective is a reflection of us. When you see things out there, don't put blame on it. Realize it's part of you. And if you want to see a change, the change always begins inside. The change you want to see out there has to begin inside. And I'm going to take a little cocoa break here. Wow. Having access to fresh fruit, to local produce, walking to places, running into people in the street, connecting, sharing a laugh, sharing a joke, sharing a story, taking the leap to go to an event or talk to someone or do what I want to do is daring myself to live, right? Since my time here in Guatemala, I've really been able to drop deeper into my essence, into my being. And what is mirrored back to me is live. Live, my friends. Dare to live. Don't worry about what other people are going to think. We'll all be dead soon. All of these thoughts and beliefs, these traumas that you carry, your patterns, love them. Appreciate them for what they are. Information. They're showing you where you are, where you're stuck, where you're not. And they are messengers. Start to approach the things that limit you in your life as messengers, right? Sending you information. And in the same way you follow your bliss, you follow your joy, you listen to the darkness, you listen to the shadows and say, thank you for showing me where I am at, right? Learning to live, my friend. Give yourself that gift to live, to try something new, to say what you feel. Too many of us are still walking around not sharing how we truly feel. And you can start this with yourself, because the reason we can't share with the world who we really are is because we haven't learned to share it with ourselves. So learn to be authentic with yourself first. Start with the self and grow. Little by little, grow that awareness, grow that love that you have for yourself. Yes, that might seem a little selfish, but we need to be well. You need to be well to be selfless. And in another beautiful paradox, you know how much I love paradoxes. It does take a bit of selfishness to become selfless. You have to be well. You can't be selfless and helping others if your cup is empty. So take this invitation and dare to live. Remember what it's like to feel raw, to feel vulnerable. When you share your heart with somebody, you're open yourself up in a beautiful way, right? And that feeling of fear, you're scared, you don't know what the person's gonna say. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to our innocence, to our childlike nature. It doesn't mean you have to be immature at all. Far from it. You become more mature, you become more refined, you become more subtle, and you can really enjoy the subtleties of a bird singing or of a child laughing, right? And playing. You can sympathize with that. You can sympathize with the beauty of nature, right? You can resonate more because you're also more quiet internally, right? The less you get out of your thoughts and the thinking mind, the more silence starts to return, because silence is the original state. Remember this, my friend. Right now, you and I we're in the middle of war, and we are being bombarded with media, with news, with social media, with false information, with sort of false information. We're just saturated, not to mention all the junk entertainment and lights and sounds and the car, your nervous system. So you're being bombarded, and they want you to resort to the default of just watching TV, and letting other people tell you how to live. That's the crux of it. And that was a big reason for my shift in these recent times, to leave where I was living in the States and to move out, to come back to a place closer to nature, to return to the original state that we evolved out of. The reason so many people are sick and feeling diseased and not living their true potential is because they're not living. They're not aligned with life. So I pray that this helps at least one person to reconnect, right? Reconnect with your power, with your source, with your authority, which comes from inside you. I pray that we can each return to the source of being within ourselves, and from there share it with the world, right? Like a flower, you bloom, and you know deep within you that there's nothing you can lose. There is nothing I can lose by telling someone I love them. There's nothing I lose by sharing a compliment with somebody, or singing in public, or dancing how I truly feel, right? On the contrary, my friend, you and I both know that feeling when we see someone doing their thing, when we see someone really in their element. That inspires us. So be inspired and inspire others. What a beautiful mantra. I'll leave it at that for today. Become inspired by something. Find inspiration. Maybe you've lost that along the way, right? Find something that inspires you. Live it and then inspire others. It's a beautiful, positive spiral, right? The alternative is to go negative, and I don't think we want that anymore. At least I don't, and I'm sure you don't either. So let me know if this resonates. Give me a comment. Let me know how you feel, what is coming up for you. I love to hear from you, and that way we can weave together more, because there's more context, there's more voices at the table, at the circle. I like the circle. And subscribe, comment, share it. Let me know what you think of the message. Let me know how you're feeling inspired. I love you so much, sending you so much love, so much light. The sun is really coming up now, and I'm gonna keep enjoying this cocoa water.